Supplemental project?
Yeah,
Okay, Harris? Oh. I'll start over. Thanks everybody for coming. We are here to do the public meeting for the Lower Gunnison Supplemental Watershed Plan EA. I'm Blanchia Lindsay. I'm the Watershed Program Specialist with NRCS. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to forward them to me. We'll start by introducing everybody in the room and then move to the online crew there.
I'm Sarah Erickson. I'm the resource conservationist in the Delta Field Office.
I'm Shanna Harness. I am representing the Crawford Water Conservancy District for their portion of this EA.
I'm Raquel Flinker. I'm with the Colorado River District and we're a sponsor on this project.
Steve Fletcher, manager of Fire Mountain Canal and Reservoir Company.
Cody Hasker with the Ditch Riders, Fire Mountain.
I'm PJ Prescott, also a ditch rider with Fire Mountain.
I'm Ron Smith. I'm the vice president of the Fire Mountain Canal Reservoir.
Alita Powers with ERO Resources. We're a third-party contractor. And then starting from the top, Kathy, can you introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kathy Kroll. I'm with ERO Resources and a third-party contractor working with Alita on this project.
DK.
Good evening. Dave Kanzer, DK, Colorado River District, listening in. Glad that this is moving forward.
And John.
John Andrews with the NRCS in Denver.
We've just been joined by Joe Oglesby, Crawford Water Conservancy District board member.
Great. We'll have a short presentation and then we'll see if anyone has any questions either in the room or online. So we're here to talk about the draft supplemental watershed plan EA and environmental assessment for the Lower Gunnison project. Oops. That's okay. The project is meant to improve the agricultural water management. Just gonna close this. Oh, thanks. In 2 of the 4 sub-watersheds included in the watershed management plan and environmental assessment for the Lower Gunnison project, which was completed in 2018. The sub-watersheds are irrigated with water from the Lower Gunnison River, defined as the reach from the Morrow Point Dam to the confluence of the Colorado River and its tributaries. This supplemental watershed plan EA includes specific additional measures that will be implemented in the North Fork and Crawford sub-watersheds to increase water efficiency and reduce the contribution of salts and selenium to the Lower Gunnison River and subsequently to the Colorado River. The project will include modernization of infrastructure and construction of automated regulation structures. The lead agency is the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Natural Resource Services Conservation Service, Colorado USDA, NRCS. The sponsor is the Colorado River Water Conservation District. The cooperating agencies are the U.S. Department of Interior, Bureau of Reclamation, and U.S. Department of Interior, Bureau of Land Management. And a note that cooperating agencies are signatories to the Memorandum of Agreement regarding compliance with Section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act. The third-party contractor is ERO Resources with engineering support from Applegate Group and other engineering companies. The purpose of the meeting is to review the supplemental plan EA and obtain public input. To download the EA, go to the website on your screen. Hard copies are available at the Hotchkiss Public Library in Hotchkiss and at the NRCS field office in Delta at the addresses shown on the screen. The public comment period is May 24th to June 24th. Next slide. To provide comments on the Plan EA, fill out a comment sheet if you're here at the meeting and hand it in, or mail it to the address on the slide. You can also contribute comments by emailing Blanccia at the email shown on the slide, blanccia.cha@usda.gov. Comments must be received by June 24th. Mailed comments must be postmarked by June 24th. Public comments received in the public comment period will be given appropriate consideration for development of the final EA. All substantive comments will be addressed. Substantive comments are defined as those that raise specific issues or concerns regarding the project or the study process, but not if they merely express support or opposition to the project or a particular alternative. Substantive comments question methods, data used, or analysis. Provide new relevant information or present reasonable alternatives or suggest changes to the alternatives. And the more specific the comment is, the more likely it will be understood and addressed. The USDA's NRCS has provided funding to the Colorado River Water Conservation District for a project to modernize agricultural water management within the North Fork and Crawford Lower Gunnison River water subwatersheds. The purposes of the Lower Gunnison project are to improve irrigation water efficiency by piping about 13,000 feet of the Fire Mountain Canal, building a regulating reservoir, and installing supervisory control and data acquisition, or SCADA systems, and to reduce salinity and selenium concentrations in the Colorado River Basin. NRCS has reviewed the potential impacts of the project and released a draft watershed plan, EA. The map on the screen shows the location for the 2018 Lower Gunnison Watershed Plan EA, which considers measures in a larger area. The supplemental Plan EA analyzes new measures that are in the North Fork and Crawford focus areas. The participating water conservancy districts and water user associations in each of the two subwatersheds are the Fire Mountain Canal and Reservoir Company near Paonia, North Fork Water Conservancy District near Paonia and Hotchkiss, and the Crawford Water Conservancy District near Crawford. The purpose and needs statement is the foundation for the environmental assessment. The purpose of the proposed project measures in the supplemental Lower Gunnison project is to improve agricultural water management by increasing overall irrigation efficiency. The proposed project measures will improve agricultural water use efficiency, improve water quality to improve soil health and fish and wildlife habitat, and reduce system operational maintenance burden. The proposed project is Alternative 3. The batch of project measures proposed in the North Fork subwatershed include piping of 13,000 feet of the Fire Mountain Canal, installing the 3,300 road regulating reservoir, and installing 4 SCADA systems and a repeater tower. Project measures proposed in the Crawford subwatershed are 16 SCADA sites and a repeater antenna on an existing tower. Most measures would be situated on private lands. 4 SCADA sites would be located on reclamation land operated by Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and 3 SCADA sites and the KREX on an existing tower would be located on BLM land. The preferred alternative project costs are shown in the table below. The NRCS would provide 75% of the construction costs from the PL 566 program. The remaining 25% would be provided by the project sponsor and project proponents, including Colorado River District, Fire Mountain Canal and Reservoir Company, North Fork Water Conservancy District, and Crawford Water Conservancy District. The NRCS would cover 100% of the design, engineering, and project administration costs would be covered by both the NRCS and the project sponsor / proponents for their portion of the project. Real property costs would be covered by the project sponsor / proponents. The total installation costs are estimated to be about $13.3 million. The expected monetary benefits have been calculated based on damages and costs avoided. For the Lower Gunnison project, the action alternatives include optimization techniques for irrigation water conveyance, canal piping, and SCADA system installation. Benefits include improved water quality downstream of the watershed and reduction of annual salinity damages, reduced operation and maintenance expenditures in the North Fork and Crawford subwatersheds, and saving substantial amounts of water that are currently lost to leakage, seepage, and structural losses, thereby reducing agricultural damages in the watershed. The water conservation resulting from the North Fork subwatershed project measures can be used to irrigate the primary crops grown with water delivered by the Fire Mountain Canal, orchards, grapes, and grass hay. The monetary benefit categories calculated for the preferred alternative 3, are reduced agricultural damages, $636,000. Reduced salinity and selenium mitigation costs, $186,698. Operations and management savings, $52,972, with a total average annual benefit of $875,676. When compared with the project installation costs, the project has a benefit to cost ratio of 1.8 to 1, showing that the project is expected to result in a monetary net benefit. The Plan EA contains the detailed analysis of both economic and non-monetary benefits. The proposed measures included in the Watershed Plan EA include SCADA sites. This is a SCADA site. The following maps show the areas where benefits are expected to occur and also show the project measures for the proposed action. This is the overall North Fork Valley showing the areas of benefit in green. Next slide. And oops, go back one. This is the Fire Mountain regulating reservoir location shown in yellow and the piping project shown in pink. SCADA locations are shown in turquoise. The previous piping projects were in orange on that slide. The proposed project measures for Crawford include the SCADA sites shown on this map. Next slide. 3 alternatives were analyzed in the supplemental plan EA, the no action alternative and 2 reasonable action alternatives. Alternative 2 and alternative 3 preferred alternative described previously. The no action alternative provides a baseline for comparison of the alternatives. This alternative assumes that no federal funds would be used to implement the project measures described in the supplemental plan EA. Alternative 2 and 3 would include implementing water efficiency upgrades, specifically conversion of open segments of the Fire Mountain Canal to enclosed pipe, installing a regulating reservoir in the North Fork subwatershed, and incorporating smart headgate diversion control structures and SCADA systems in the 2 subwatersheds. In these alternatives, the Fire Mountain regulating reservoir varies, as well as the length of pipeline and location of the SCADA sites for Fire Mountain. Alternatives 2 and 3 would provide similar benefits. However, alternative 2 would be more costly, and therefore alternative 3 is the preferred alternative. The following table compares the alternatives with regard to the project purpose and need, agricultural water management. The no action alternative would result in no water savings. It would also have no cost. Alternative 2 has the Cole Road Regulating Reservoir with an average water savings of 3,100 acre-feet per year, a benefit of $670,000 in annual income for benefits of the conserved water, O&M savings of $38,000 annually, and a total cost of $16,100,000. The cost to benefit ratio is 1.6. For alternative 3, the preferred alternative, the annual water savings are estimated to be the same. The benefits of conserved water are slightly lower, 660,000. And the O&M savings is the same. The total cost is less at 13,200,000. So the benefit to cost ratio is 1.8. Next slide. In addition to economic interests, the Plan EA evaluates and discloses resource concerns and impact analysis. During the scoping process in 2020, including a scoping meeting, was conducted to identify resources of concern to stakeholders, including the public, agencies, and other organizations. The resources listed on the next slide were identified as present in the Crawford and North Fork subwatershed areas. These resources were analyzed in the Watershed Plan EA. Soils and geology, water, air quality, vegetation communities and habitat, wetlands and riparian areas, invasive species, fish and amphibians, cultural and historic resources, land use and recreation, scenic beauty and visual resources, and socioeconomics. Because of the similarities between the two alternatives, most resources showed very little difference in resource impacts. A complete description of the affected environment and environmental consequences, including direct, indirect, and cumulative effects for all resources, is in the Plan EA. As a result of the analysis of impacts, costs, and benefits, the sponsor and proponents have selected Alternative 3. This alternative meets the purpose and need for improving agricultural water management, provides comparable ecological benefits in the form of water quality improvements to the other action alternative, and best meets the federal objective of maximizing public benefits with appropriate considerations to cost. The requirements for the preferred alternatives to be implemented include a Clean Water Act Section 404 permit, that's Regional General Permit 5, approval from the Colorado Dam Safety, Colorado State Engineer, Clean Water Act Section 402, which is a stormwater permit, local utility easements and encroachment permits. The mitigation for cultural resource impacts is addressed via the existing memorandum of agreement, and measures to minimize environmental effects are included in the project description. Therefore, no additional mitigation measures would be required. Colorado River District and the project proponents are responsible for providing their portion of the project implementation costs, which is 25%. The overall schedule is to complete the National Environmental Policy Act compliance by the end of July. Project funding for design and construction would occur November and December 2024. The design and construction phase is anticipated to begin January 2025 and continue through 2026. As far as our NEPA planning schedule, comments will be accepted until June 24th on the Plan EA. Following receipt and analysis of all the comments, the EA can be finalized, and if appropriate, a finding of no significant impact, or FONSI, will be signed. This document provides rationale for the determination that there will be no significant impacts to the human and natural environment, and an environmental impact statement is not required. The FONSI, if determined to be appropriate, will be signed by the state conservationist. Availability of the FONSI is anticipated to be posted in the newspaper. The final watershed agreement must be signed. This document includes the terms, requirements, and stipulations for the watershed plan and will be included in the final plan EA. Requests for funding will be submitted to the chief. That's the end of the presentation. Thanks for coming. Are there any questions in the room or online?
Also add that there's a project summary, flyer paper over there if people are interested, and there's also, a page where you can submit comments if there are any. I'll pick some. Great. And then the easiest is to then take a picture of it and send it to me instead of mailing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do have a copy of just the EA. It doesn't have all of the appendices, just a few of the appendices. Otherwise it would be the sick, but the entire document, including appendices, is available at NRCS and at the library.
Maybe you have, you see,
Yeah. Digital copy. I think
So did you get the land bought from Selby?
No.
No, so this is just the first piece of this long process.
Right.
So we're just at the planning phase and the proposal, the third alternative is the one on private land for the regulating reservoir. And so as things move forward into design and whatnot, then before construction, we will have to figure that out. And, you know, if you're gonna be on board or not, you know, that's still to come, but we've had conversations with him and just kept him in the loop.
Do you guys foresee there being any problems? Crawford does not on our end, on our. Fire Mountain,
I don't
no,
foresee being really,
okay,
you know, the question is, what, you know, we need to fall back to alternative too, that's reclamation problems. And, you know, work within it, and
yeah, we have a right of way on all of our SCADA sites, so I think we're.
right, yeah, see, we're getting out of the right of way with the reservoir part of it, so.
Yeah,
First, the piping, you know, that's all in right of way, so that's not a problem there.
yeah. About NRCS, does NRCS have any questions?
No, I don't think I have any questions. We're pretty glad to finally get towards the end of this planning process and move into the design and construction phase soon.
Did you, while you were here, want to see the projects or?
I'm actually on a really tight schedule, so I actually have to go back to the Springs after this meeting.
Okay,
So
I was like, sometimes it's nice to see
Yeah.
where things are being
Yeah.
merged,
I
but,
did see, you know, as I was driving here, the Firemount Canal.
okay.
And so I was like, oh, that's where it is. Like, I've only been working on it for like a few years now.
Yeah, you guys have, it's been very nice. NRCS has put a lot of money out here
Yeah.
and we have a lot of projects that we've done. So I know, and John Andrews also has been involved in this, so if you guys would like to make a trip,
Yeah.
we can for sure take you out and show you these sites and what you have already done. And then kind of how you're tying things together now too, for the whole area, so.
Definitely.
Great idea.
We'll probably work with the field office too, and loop you guys in and.
Yeah, I have showed Kelsey a few things, but you know, nobody from Denver, so.
The other thing I would like just to mention is that, and you correct me if I'm wrong.
Hey Kathy, can you stop the recording now?
So,